Today is May 2nd, which means it's the day The Sun and the Star comes out. So this is my first 24 hours with The Sun and the Star. We out here! Alright guys, I made it home with The Sun and the Star. I've already read the first chapter online, and I have to say, I didn't like it very much. Like, the first chapter was like, they were trying to make it, they meaning Marco Shiro, and, you know, Rick Riordan approved this, trying to make it, like, so dramatic, and it ended up just being stupid. And I know that was, like, some sort of technique that writers think is good, but it's just really annoying, honestly, and I didn't like it. And also just Nico's whole thing. And I know, like, you know, he's insecure. Of course he's gonna be like, oh yeah, Will, I'm so glad he loves me, because that's how teenagers are anyway, especially when they're Nico, who feels like everyone hates him. But I don't know, something about it was so not Rick Riordan. And look, I know Marco Shiro did most of the work on this, and I know they have a very different writing style than Rick Riordan, but I wish Rick would have made it sound like a, you know, a Percy Jackson universe book. Like, he would have put in a little bit more of his voice, because it's just kind of, I wasn't a huge fan of the first chapter. But I'm about to reread it, and then I'm gonna read, obviously, the rest of the book, so we'll see what I think at the end. And I have to say, I have really high hopes for this book, and I just really hope that it's good. I really hope it's good. So yeah, here we go. I did not expect that to be there, which, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's kind of cool, right? I low-key think it's funny how, like, hold on, let me show you. The, like, cartoony nature of this map of Nico and Will's journey through, like, Tartarus and the underworld makes it look kind of cute. And I'm like, bruh, it's literally traumatizing. But here's a cute little cartoon about it. But I guess that's just how middle grade novels be sometimes, you know? Alright, so meet the monsters of Tartarus, the Sun and the Star. Oh, this is cute. Again, kind of cartoony to make it less scary, but the troglodytes are so cute. What the heck? They're so cute. Oh, Dr. Thorne is in this? Ooh. But of course, if it's a Nico book, we have to go back to Dr. Thorne. I mean, that's the rules. Now I'm actually going to read it. I'm actually going to read. I promise. Okay, this part's actually kind of funny. So all the, like, Percy Jackson podcasts are constantly talking about how Chiron's, like, a horrible mentor to children, and that he, like, fails at his job. And there's this line in here where, you know, Kayla, the daughter of Apollo, is like, Chiron, just tell us the truth. The Grey Sisters aren't going to kill us, are they? Because they're going to ride in the taxi. And Chiron goes, what? No. At least they haven't killed anyone so far. And that's just, like, a perfect example of that. And I feel like Marco Shiro is, like, kind of making fun of it. Maybe they've heard some of the podcasts, I don't know, or they just have their own opinions about Chiron's abilities as a mentor, but I think it's funny because, yeah. Oh, and to make it more clear that he's making fun of it probably is right after Chiron says that, Austin says, you and Nico, both of you think that's an acceptable thing to tell us? So anyway, go Marco Shiro for that. printed on different papers. Kind of interesting. I assume there's like a reason for it besides the aesthetic. I don't know. Or just to show the intensity of the dreams, because there's a real dark streak through there, so that's a little freaky if that's intensity of dreams. When your dream is so long that it goes over multiple chapters. I mean, okay, I know I keep making fun of things, but it's getting good. Like, basically, it's the first couple of pages that are just, like, not great, and then it gets better. I mean, there are still a few things that I'm not in love with, but, like, it's good. Okay, so I made it to chapter 6, and I'm about to go for a walk just so I can get my steps in for the day, because I'm on, like, a 40-day streak, and I'm not going to break it even for this book. So let's go. Getting back to it. Guys, I got to the dark part, like, the part in the middle that's really dark, and it turns out it's the story of Nico's first time in Tartarus, so very appropriate use of the really dark pages. So yeah, this is fun. Okay, so I'm pretty much exactly halfway through at this point, and I have to go to work, but yeah, it's good so far. Honestly, the biggest thing that I've taken offense to was the poor writing of Percy and Annabeth's dialogue. Like, it wasn't the spirit of it that was off. Blech. It was just like the way it didn't sound like Percy and Annabeth, and it made me upset. And that was pretty near the beginning. And around that section of the book, the dialogue was like pretty bad in general, like everyone's dialogue, but it was Percy and Annabeth who really offended me. But like, it's a good book. Definitely interesting. And we get to learn so much more about not only Nico and Will, but like, you know, as Nico and Will as a couple, but their backstories, and it's just a lot of fun. So I saw from the damn meme page that they said that the end of the book left them in tears, so I'm looking forward to it. Getting close. Hi, it's me again, coming from the future. So yeah, I finished The Sun and the Star like pretty soon after I took that last video. The end definitely had me crying, just cause like, you know, learning about Nico's trauma and just seeing him like start to grow past it and like really make steps towards like living a more normal life, and you know, feeling he just feels accepted. And yeah, it was really cute, and it just made me it gave me a lot of feels for many different reasons. But I think one of the cutest parts of the book, but also sort of, I don't know, is just like Dionysus being, or like Mr. D, whatever you want to call him, being really supportive and cool. But the part that made me kind of sad was like when Nico and Will come back and Mr. D's like, my two favorite half-bloods. And I'm like, sir, you have a son. Technically two, but one of them died. But like, you can't just go throwing around my two favorite half-bloods. And like, he said he was kidding, but like, you know, we all know that he's just saying that as a defense mechanism. But like, come on, wouldn't your son be one of your favorite half-bloods? Like, but you know, that's me being picky. I don't think it was like the best book I've ever read, obviously. Was it the best of the recent like Rick Riordan universe books? In some ways, it has some good parts, good scenes. I really like the arc that they chose for Nico and Will. I'm really glad that they went that direction with it. But I don't know. It's weird because, you know, Mark Oshiro wrote it, not Rick Riordan, so it's like different. You can't judge it totally as a Rick Riordan book, but I have to say I think the like regular first 5 books of the Percy Jackson series will always be my favorite. Trials of Apollo being second, I think, because Heroes of Olympus is fine, but Trials of Apollo is a lot of fun. And, you know, it has Nico and Will in it too, but I think it was a good book. I know I've already said a lot of spoilers and whatever, but also, oh yeah. So the Cocoa Puffs, because Little Demons, I totally, like, there better be more Camp Half-Blood Universe books. Like, if this is the last book in the Camp Half-Blood universe, something, yeah, a lot of people are going to be mad first, namely me. I'm going to be really upset, so it better not be. But I look forward to seeing the Cocoa Puffs and other stories and how, like, other campers react to them and stuff. I think that'll be a lot of fun. So yeah, all in all, if I had to rate it, like, 1 to 5 stars, I think I would say 4. It's like a pretty solid 4 stars. And this is me, like, this is like my middle grade book scale. It's not like every book I've ever read and like it's a 4 out of 5 stars. I think it'd be closer to a 3.5, so I was rating on that. But like, this is a middle grade book, so I'm not expecting anything like life-changing, But yeah, I'd say 4 out of 5 stars. So I'm really glad that Rick Riordan and Mark Oshiro wrote this. It was a lot of fun. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to Percy Jackson and the Chalice of the Gods now in September, because I think it'll be really fun to go back to that Percy point of view. And yeah, see you in the next video.